Many people believe strength is measured by how well they defend themselves against those who hurt them. They spend years proving their worth, answering every insult, and carrying every wound like a heavy stone. But the more they fight, the heavier the burden becomes. They mistake attachment for loyalty and suffering for love. True freedom begins the day you realize that not every battle deserves your presence. Some people enter your life to share kindness. Others arrive carrying anger, jealousy, or selfish intentions. They criticize your growth, celebrate your failures, and become uncomfortable. Whenever you find peace, they do not wish to understand your heart. They only wish to control your emotions. When you continue giving your energy to such people, you slowly become like someone trying to fill a leaking vessel. No matter how much love, patience, or forgiveness you pour into it, it never becomes full. The wise understand something that many overlook. Your energy is your greatest treasure. Every thought you entertain, every argument you replay, every resentment you nurture, quietly steals a part of your inner peace. Harm does not only come from another person's actions. Harm continues because the mind keeps reopening the wound long after the event has passed. The person who insulted you may have forgotten the words within minutes, yet your mind repeats them for years. Who then is holding the suffering? Not the one who caused it, the one refusing to release it. Detachment does not mean becoming cold or heartless. It does not mean refusing to love or shutting people out forever. It means recognizing that your peace cannot depend upon people who have no desire to protect it. Imagine carrying a burning coal because someone else threw it at you. Would you keep holding it to prove how much they hurt you? Or would you gently place it on the ground and continue walking? Every moment spent carrying resentment burns only your own hand. Walking away is often misunderstood. Some call it weakness. Some call it surrender. But there is great wisdom in refusing to stand where poison continues to spread. If a tree grows in soil that slowly kills its roots, it does not argue with the earth. Its seeds simply grow elsewhere. Nature never forces itself where it cannot flourish. Why should you? Many remain in painful relationships because they fear loneliness. Yet, loneliness is often kinder than constant disrespect. Silence is often healthier than endless arguments. Distance is often more healing than forced closeness. The greatest prison is not built from walls. It is built from emotional attachment to people who repeatedly bring suffering. You cannot change another person's heart through sacrifice alone. You cannot force kindness into someone who chooses cruelty. You cannot heal someone determined to wound others. Trying to rescue every harmful person is like trying to stop the rain with your hands. Eventually, exhaustion replaces compassion. Acceptance is not approval. Acceptance simply says, this is who they have chosen to become. Once you understand this, your need to fix everyone begins to disappear. The world becomes lighter. You begin protecting your peace instead of defending your ego. The ego constantly whispers, prove them wrong. Inner wisdom quietly replies, you owe no explanation. The ego says, make them regret hurting you. Peace answers, their actions already shape their own path. The ego seeks victory. Awareness seeks freedom. These are not the same destination. When someone wishes you harm, remember this. You do not become safer by standing closer to danger. You become wiser by recognizing it early. Boundaries are not walls of hatred. They are doors that only open for respect. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your thoughts, your time, or your heart. Giving endlessly without discernment does not create kindness. It creates exhaustion. Protect your inner peace. Above everything, your peace is more valuable than winning arguments or seeking revenge. Harm continues only when you keep reliving painful experiences. Detachment begins by choosing calm over emotional conflict. Your inner peace is one of the most precious things you will ever possess. Yet many people give it away without realizing its value. A single harsh word, a betrayal, or someone else's anger can occupy the mind for days, weeks, or even years. The event itself may last only a few moments. But the suffering continues because the mind keeps returning to it. Every time you replay the memory, you hand over your peace once again. This is why protecting your inner world is far more important than winning an argument or proving someone wrong. There is no victory in carrying a heart that has become heavy with resentment. The person who hurt you may continue with their life, while you remain trapped in thoughts that steal your joy. Instead of feeding anger, choose to observe your emotions without allowing them to control your actions. A calm mind sees clearly, while an agitated mind creates confusion where none exists. Detachment does not mean pretending that pain never happened. It means refusing to let that pain define your future. When you value your peace above your pride, you begin making different choices. You step away from unnecessary conflict. Stop seeking approval from those who cannot offer it, and invest your energy in what truly nourishes your spirit. Every peaceful decision strengthens your mind, and over time, your calm presence becomes something no outside force can easily disturb. Recognize harmful people and set healthy boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your time, energy, or heart. Walking away from toxic relationships is an act of wisdom, not weakness. Healthy boundaries protect your emotional and mental well-being. Not everyone who enters your life comes with good intentions, and learning to recognize this is an important step toward a peaceful life. Some people consistently bring negativity, criticism, manipulation, or disrespect wherever they go. They drain your energy, dismiss your feelings, and leave you feeling exhausted after every interaction. It is easy to believe that patience alone will change them. But wisdom teaches that not every person is willing to grow. This is why healthy boundaries are essential. Boundaries are not acts of anger or rejection. They are quiet expressions of self-respect. They allow you to decide who has access to your time, attention, and emotional energy. When someone repeatedly ignores your kindness or takes advantage of your compassion, creating distance is not selfish. It is necessary. You do not have to explain every decision or seek permission to protect your well-being. A peaceful heart cannot flourish where there is constant conflict and emotional harm. By stepping away from harmful relationships, you make room for people who value honesty, kindness, and mutual respect. Every healthy boundary reminds you that your worth is not determined by how much pain you are willing to endure. The strongest people are not those who tolerate endless suffering, but those who have the wisdom to walk away from situations that repeatedly disturb their inner peace and prevent their personal growth. Let go of the need to change others. You cannot force kindness into someone who chooses cruelty. Focus your energy on your own growth rather than fixing others. Accept people as they are instead of waiting for them to become different. One of the greatest sources of suffering is the belief that you can change someone who has no desire to change. Many people spend years trying to convince others to become kinder, more honest, or more understanding. They offer endless patience, countless second chances, and sincere advice, hoping that love alone will transform another person's heart. While compassion is a beautiful quality, it cannot force growth upon someone who refuses to accept it. Every person must choose their own path, and no one can make that decision for them. The more you try to control another person's choices, the more frustrated and exhausted you become. Wisdom begins when you accept that people reveal their character through their repeated actions, not through the promises they make. Instead of wasting your energy trying to repair someone else's life, turn your attention inward. Use that same patience to strengthen your own character, deepen your understanding, and cultivate a peaceful mind. Personal growth always remains within your control, while another person's transformation does not. When you release the need to rescue everyone, you free yourself from unnecessary disappointment. This does not mean you stop caring about others. It simply means you recognize the difference between offering guidance and carrying responsibilities that were never yours. By letting go of this burden, your heart becomes lighter, your mind becomes clearer, and your journey forward becomes far more peaceful. Practice forgiveness without returning to harm. Forgiveness frees your own heart from resentment. Releasing anger does not require reconnecting with those who hurt you. True freedom comes from letting go of emotional burdens. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as forgetting the past or welcoming harmful people back into your life. But true forgiveness is something much deeper. It is the quiet decision to stop allowing old wounds to control your present. When you hold on to anger, resentment, or the desire for revenge, those emotions remain with you long after the painful event has passed. They occupy your thoughts, disturb your sleep, and steal the peace that belongs to you. Forgiveness does not excuse harmful behavior, nor does it pretend that injustice never happened. Instead, it releases the emotional weight that keeps your heart tied to the past. You can forgive someone while still choosing to keep a healthy distance from them. In fact, wisdom often requires both compassion and strong boundaries. Letting go does not mean becoming weak. It means refusing to let another person's actions continue shaping your inner world. Every time you release bitterness, you create space for calm, clarity, and emotional freedom. The past cannot be changed, but your relationship with it can. Rather than carrying painful memories as a permanent burden, allow them to become lessons that strengthen your understanding. Forgiveness is not a gift you give because someone has earned it. It is a gift you offer yourself, allowing your heart to move forward without being chained to yesterday's pain or resentment. Walk forward with wisdom and detachment. Choose relationships that bring peace instead of constant suffering. Quietly leaving harmful situations is a sign of strength and self-respect. Inner freedom comes from mastering your own emotions and continuing your journey with compassion and clarity. Life becomes lighter when you learn to walk forward without carrying the weight of unnecessary attachments. Every step on the path of wisdom invites you to choose peace over conflict, clarity over confusion, and freedom over emotional dependence. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and not every person is meant to accompany you through every stage of your journey. Some people teach valuable lessons before quietly fading from your life. Others remain only if they bring mutual respect, kindness, and understanding. There is no shame in leaving behind situations that repeatedly disturb your peace or prevent your growth. Walking away does not mean you have failed. It means